21 essential flashbangs that you must know in Counter-Strike 2 T-Side Edition. Enjoy. Starting on nuke today, if your team's about to push out towards A, you've used all your util, and you find yourself coming out of squeaky, a nice flash you can throw is essentially just behind this right vent here. And what that allows is for you guys to push out of squeaky, push out a hut. Your team pushing out a hut's not going to get blinded by this, but anyone sitting up on firebox playing angles such like this, anyone playing backside that likes to sit like this or like this, they're going to get blinded. It also hits this annoying spot, so it's really good for that. Coming over to ramp now, if you've made it up about this far, as a lot of you may know, that people like to AWP this position right here, just hold this. So if you've made it up about this far to where you can see this yellow beam here, without peeking this, we can just pull out our flashbang and we can just run and throw. That's not going to blind us, and that's going to force anyone who's playing this angle here to jump off it. There's also full blinds up on the boost and backside. Be mindful though that if there is an AWPer holding this and they do get blinded, they will shoot after the flash goes off. Moving outside now, a flash I like to throw at the start of every round is just basically bouncing off the side of red here, and it lands in front of these boxes right here. So as I'm running up to about here, I'll aim about here, and as I'm running, I will just throw. And that'll basically just push anyone off garage holding towards T. It also blinds people near the grave container and outside annex. Moving over to Vertigo now on A side. If the CTs aren't aggressing and they're holding short, say like they'll be holding around here or just playing more towards site, you can throw a flash like this and you can have teammates pushed up pretty far, like all the way up to here and also about here in scaffolding. And you can just come up the line to the right of this A here, so right here. And you can aim at the top of this part of the steel beam here, so there's 3 parts to it, and you want to aim at the top of the middle one and just do a left click throw. And essentially that's going to pop right here, which is not going to blind your teammates at all because they're always going to be under it, even up until this point, but you're not going to be looking this way anyway. And having someone playing here on CT, they're going to get full blinded by that. And having someone here is also going to get blinded as well. Moving over to B now, a flash that I like to throw at the start of every round on a B take is coming up to this position right here. So the wall truss here to the side, you just go in between these two here. And I like to aim where it's shown, and that's just a left click throw. Basically that's just going to come out of this window, bounce off this beam, and come down at the start of the round. It makes it very annoying for the CTs to aggress, as this is kind of unavoidable, unless they are to just look away completely, which gives you a great opportunity to come out and kill them. Over in mid now, if your team is pushed out towards the big box here, and they haven't faced towards B, con or CT, you can come back here, and you can aim right where shown, in between the bricks here, and you want to go down to this line here where there's the T junction, and you just want to left click through that. And that's going to pop right here, blinding anyone elevator, CT, and on the B scaffolding. It should also hit people that are close in this corner here. It's going to create a really nice way to just push out into mid. Moving over to A site Inferno, if you have boiler control and you have teammates up in apps, you can just come up against this door frame right here, crouch, and aim to the second brick on the wall, just out from it, and just left click throw. It's going to pop right in front of this antenna, blinding people in pit, blinding people playing in front of car, as usually the car player is looking up towards apps, and it's going to blind all of this outside area of site. Over on B side, as I've shown in a previous video, you just want to get stuck in between the wall and the barrel. There's 3 parts in between the gutters and the roofing. There's 1, 2, 3 of the stone building. You want to aim at the middle one and just left click throw. And that's going to blow up above the roof, and it's not going to blind your team that are coming out. It's going to blind people on oranges. It's going to blind people that are holding like this, and of course it's going to blind CT. Over in mid now, having teammates pushed up into mid, come over to this half wall here and just walk up to the side of it. Aim at the top of this sign right here and W jump throw. That's going to pop right here. It's going to blind people holding from arch. It's going to blind people sitting on top of quad. And it's going to blind people that are jiggling like this. Be mindful, as someone playing here may not get blind from it. Pair these with the smoke and you're good to go. Moving over to Ancient now on A site, similar to the Vertigo A site flash that I just showed, you can throw flashes up here, anywhere along here. So you basically want to throw it like that, and that's going to pop up on the ledge, blinding anyone on backside, playing closer towards temple, and holding from donut. You can also throw flashes from outside the roof in A main, so pops up here. That's good to just take an AWPer off an angle. You can also throw a flash in towards these stairs right here, and that won't blind you as you're coming out, but it will blind other people. Moving over to B site now, a nice flash you can throw as long as your teammates push up towards this back wall here like this. He's just standing on this door here, aiming at the top of this right hand side wood. This one's good if you have 2 flashes and they're pushing out as you throw them. It's going to pop right above here on the ledge, so as they're pushing out you could throw 2 of these and it makes a really nice pairing. After you throw this you could then just hold towards shelf for your team. Moving over to the mid take, as your team's pushing out you want to just stop when the water just comes to the land on this wall, and you want to aim just to the left of this tree here. You do want to have 2 flashes for this as it doesn't blind your teammates, and you just want to do W jump throws. That's going to pop right up here, and any CT that's pushing down is just going to get absolutely blitzed by this. Moving over to Anubis now, we are going to be doing A site, and basically having your teammates pushed up into A main, you can throw flashes like this. You just get onto this back wall in the corner, and there's 2 baskets here. You just aim to the left of them in the middle, and you're just doing running jump throws. These are really great support flashes, and they don't blind your team at all as they're pushing out, and it blinds everyone towards backside, camera, and heaven. Moving over to B site now, a flash I like to throw as the team is pushing in is just coming up to here on this wall, aiming right here in between these bricks, and just jump throwing. These land right here, just flashing majority of the site. If you know someone likes to play the mid doors on the CT side, you can have a teammate push up over the bridge, and you can stand here and look at the top left of this window and just left click throw. That's going to pop right here just above him, so if he's sitting here like this, ready to go, pops and you can swing. You want to have your mid smoke down for this, so just keep that in mind. Moving over to Dust 2 now, everyone throws the flashes over here for their team, but a nice way to just do it for yourself if you know someone's holding the angle. So an easy way to do it for yourself is to just run and throw it towards this pole like this. It's going to pop right here, and it's going to blind anyone that's holding this corner. Over on the B side now, as we're pushing out of the tunnel, you can throw an easy flash just at this back wall here, and that's not going to blind any of your team that's pushing out with you. It's going to blind people sitting behind car, playing on the box on site, and behind the barrels, and of course anyone that's sitting in the window. Moving over to mid now, if we're going to be flashing short, this window here, that's where we want to bounce our flash off, and we just want to have it lined up with this half wall here, so there to there, and we want to be jump throwing when we get past this shadow on the ground here. It's going to blind anyone that's playing back here on short. Moving over to Mirage now, it's a very basic flash for this one, but basically having a teammate pushing out, you're just going to go up to the left of this door here, and you're just going to be looking at the top of this lantern and just left click throwing. That's going to pop right above, and it's not going to blind any of your team that's pushing out. It's going to blind most of site. It's a very good flash and you should use it. Moving over to B site now, this is a very old flash that everyone does, but a lot of you may not know it. And basically, as we're pushing out onto B, it'll look like this. We're going to be running, and then we're going to be throwing it off this wall as we get to this corner. So it'll look like this. That's going to pop on the ground right here. It's going to be blinding people tucking in jail and in short. This flash is good because you can just throw it on the fly, and it's really easy to follow up. Moving over to the middle now, as we're pushing up the ramp to be over into mid, you'd want to throw your flash over these boxes, the top mid boxes. That's not going to blind you, but it's going to blind anyone that's potentially pushing up top mid to try and kill you. Whenever I go mid, I always throw this, and then I throw my molly into com. Pairing those 2 pieces of utility with the window smoke, it allows me to just walk down mid to bottom com. Just want to give a huge shout out to you guys for getting me to 1,000 subs. That's actually just like mind-boggling to me. Last week I had 200, so thanks for that, I guess. If you liked the video, consider subscribing. I will be posting more content like this, so keep a lookout. Cheers.
Oh, you're a madman.
Fucking